Hey guys, welcome to 2024 Hoya collection. This is Mona Plant Therapy. Thank you for stopping in. I cannot believe this is going to be my third Hoya collection video to share with you. Oh my gosh, I just saw a beautiful blue jay outside. I love blue jays. Okay, let me not get distracted. But anyway, yeah, that's a good sign, right? What do blue jays stand for, guys? Anyway, let's get back to the Hoya tour. See how easily distracted I am. But the first one I did, I loaded up this table and still had many more to share with you throughout the house. This is only some of them. I'm going to go through quickly. I'm trying to keep this, I don't know how short this video will end up being. It's not going to be short at all. I know it's going to be long. My previous videos were 2 parts each, and I am going to try to get through this quickly. But as you know, Hoya are my faves. I love them so much. There are so many kinds, so many more on my wish list that I don't have. A lot of these are common, but I love them nonetheless. And speaking of that, here is one of the most common, but I don't love any less than the others. This is Carnosa, the green, original green baby. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I try to appreciate them all, you know? Anyway, let's keep moving. In the center here, hard to ignore, is probably one of my faves lately. This is my Sarawak Cream. I bought this one from Plant Life Lex. I'm going to try to turn this without knocking anyone else over. As you can see, this one needs its own stage all by itself. Would you look at these leaves? The beauty of this thing is that she'll just start throwing out leaves, usually a couple at a time. I just can't get enough of it. Look at this one. This one got a little wonky. I think I was a little delayed with watering. It's in the original mix. Plant Life Flex, she repots all her plants into her beautiful chunky mix. It came in that. I didn't want to disturb it. It took me a little while to get used to knowing when to water it. So it's okay. The plant is fine. I've taken cuttings. You could see where I snipped. I've shared on Mo Plant Therapy on PalmStreet. Shameless plug. There's going to be a lot of plugs. I'm sorry. I'm trying to support this Hoya habit I have. So I try to propagate and share with you guys. And that's what I've been doing on PalmStreet, but we won't get into that right now. But look at this huge, huge leaf. Anyway, let's keep moving. Haven't seen it bloom yet. It's supposed to be a cream color flower. Haven't had that happen yet. Okay, so let's try to do this in some kind of organized manner, okay, in my brain. All right, I'm going to come over here. This is a recent purchase. I've tried this before. This is a propagation. I just bought this plant from Plant Life Lex, and it's the Crassipediolata Splash. This is my second attempt. My other one, I don't know what went wrong or if there was something wrong from the very beginning. I'm not sure, but I love this so much that I wanted to get one, and it was a big plant, so I was able to chop, and this will go up for sale. There's several. It was like one long strand. I wanted to make sure I had backup. There's several cuttings in here, so if one doesn't make it, hopefully the others do. And you know, insurance probably will end up going up for sale eventually. Anyway, move on. This is one of my favorites, Verticillata Black Margin. I think when I bought it, it was than labeled Parasitica black margin, but I think they're one and the same. This is, speaking of labels, look at that. She is just such a bloomer. I love this plant. It's gotten so big. Let me see if I can move down. See the peduncles? They're everywhere. So when I bought this, believe it or not, at I think it was Lowe's, this was labeled as DS70/Billabata. Since then, there's been plenty of talk, and I watch Miro Basie's plants one day go into the details and how to know the difference. And according to what he shared, this may be species affinity, sorry, species affinity Bertoniae. So, but it's a beautiful plant. Now I have the Bertoniae variegated, and I think I got that from either Steve's Leaves or Canopy Plants. And the flowers are exactly the same scent, same all that, but I'm not a Hoya expert, so I'm not even going to go there. But this is what I bought it as, was DS70 and Bertoniae. And if you're curious, there's a really good article. I wish I could remember whose article that was. It's been around. You can find it on the internet. If I can find it, I'll post it up in the corner here so that you can check it out. And it goes into all the talk about where these came from, if they were actually labeled correctly. I don't really care. I love it. It's grown so much that now I have to move it from under the lights because she's just gotten so big and she's blooming all over the place all the time. I love it. Now here behind her is my sunrise. I love the sunrise. She's so pretty. She has a little bit of sun stressing going on there. Sorry for the shadows, guys. I've chopped this one so many times and she keeps giving me new stems. I love her. She's absolutely beautiful. And some of the propagations were so gorgeous. They were stressing under the light in the prop box. Yeah, sometimes I don't even want to give them up. They're so cute. Okay, move on, Mona, move on. This is another one that I've chopped from quite a bit. This is my Lisa Australis. Look at the variegation there. Sorry, I don't have better lighting today, guys. It's kind of cloudy and overcast, so I'm going to keep moving. I've propagated quite a bit from her. Now let me see if, oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Here is one of my oldest plants, my Carnosa compacta. Hoya, what do you call it? Hindu rope. Hoya rope. I've chopped from this. I didn't want to because it's such a slow grower, but a friend of mine, she wanted one, so I did chop from it for her. And I haven't had problems with this plant. I know people get so worried about if you have insects, yada yada. Now watch somebody spot a mealybug or something that I didn't see. Hopefully not. But it sits in the window. It's a beautiful plant. I've never repotted this plant. It's still in the original soil. It's been years. I want to say 2020, 2019 was when I bought it. And in a little while, you'll see one of the variegated ones right next to it there, taking up a lot of real estate, is my, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. That's my Australis, the green one. I tell you, people, I don't know, it doesn't get enough credit. It's a beautiful plant, such a fast grower. And it's on that trellis and leaning. I have it. It's now a floor plant because it's gotten so big. But yeah, beautiful plant. Let's see. I'm trying to go through here so I don't forget anyone. Let me sit down. right here so you guys can see these guys. This one here, I love. I love. This was, I believe, a free cutting that's grown into a plant. Here's the name, Hoya Chunxiao 005. And yeah, I got that 23 is a little cutting from Rare Herbs Garden, New Jersey. He's very generous to him and his partner. They put in a free cutting with each order. And yeah, I've grown a few plants out of those cuttings. Some didn't make it, and that's my fault. This one worried me. It was growing, and then it started shooting out yellow leaves. So I separated her, sprayed her down several times, and now she's finally coming back to the uh, shelf where I had her originally. Yeah, I think it's been enough time. She stopped doing that thing. She's not growing many leaves, but I didn't have her in a very bright location. But I love this. I love it. I was getting hopeful to have like a really huge plant. But like I said, I lost a couple of leaves, and I think it's okay. I hope so. Now here, I'm going to stand up so you can see my collection of Polynora. This is the outer variegated. Look at that, the original leaf there. And then these guys got some pretty variegation there. Isn't that beautiful? And these just a little on the outer, but it's okay. This is, let's see, that's my second plant. I lost the first one. Well, anyway, let's just say vinegar. If you guys have been following me, then you will know what I did. I don't want to talk about it right now. I think I bring it up later. You'll see in a different shot when I cover some other plants. This one is a recent purchase that I don't think I shared with you. It's the Broguette, or I forget, Rod from Planted in Rhode Island. I forget. I think he said it's pronounced Broga or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the pronunciation is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, this one, I got it recently. And so these leaves, I don't see much of that variegation. So I don't know if I'm going to have to end up chopping. We're going to wait and see. Give it some time. But it's a beautiful, it looks like it's going to be a fast grower too. And I transitioned this from that chunky mix to the pond. Didn't skip a beat. So far, so good. Here is the green version, which I love this thing. This thing is, as you can see, going out in different directions. My goal is to put these all up in my little desk area and put them on a wall so that they can, just kind of trail down over there in that area of the house. And this one is the silver. Now I'm trying to figure out how to get more silver. So I've been playing around with the lighting on that one. Here, this one is my RHM 066 Mary Alice. This thing is a fast grower. And to me, it's very much like the Obovata, just a little longer with some of the leaves, some around. I love it. Maybe not as thick, but I love the splashiness. Beautiful plant. I don't know that I shared this one yet. I think I was just letting it grow out some more before sharing. And here we go. There's a new little leaf coming. I love this plant so much. And here, this one has gotten a little, the color is not the greatest. I've pulled her back from the lights. Fast grower, my Asami, which is what, Lacanosa outer variegated, I believe. The leaves get pretty big. And let's see that there? Nice variegation down there. So yeah, I'm trying to see how I can encourage more of that. The newer leaves barely have the variegation, and they were a little too close to the grow light. So I'm going to find a better location for this one. And yeah, fast growing plant, love it. Okay, back here is a plant that has not been shared with you. I think I had it last Hoya collection and totally forgot. Later, I realized I didn't share it with you. Now, I've chopped this plant. It was bigger. This is my chicken farm. Yeah. And I moved the location so it sits low on the floor so you can see the sky from the window. And I feel like it started growing at that point. And maybe that's why I didn't share it with you last time. Now here we have, oh my, I'm sorry, bird just hit the glass. These birds are trying to tell me something today. Can't imagine what. Anyway, this here is a classic Carnosa Crimson Princess. She's lovely. And this is a recent purchase. I screwed up, guys. I took my oldest, I had two, and I shared that with you in previous videos. One of them was just, oh, she was mind-blowing, beautiful. And I put them outside, hung them outside on my tree, and I left them out there. They're so bleached out. They're still out there. It started shooting out peduncles. They didn't bloom though, because the weather started getting really too cold. And I kept saying, I'm going to bring them in, but they're so big. And I'd seen the spider mites and all over them. And I knew it was going to be major cleanup. And I kept dragging my feet. Well, they're still out there. Now, I may still try to save them. I don't know that I'll bring them inside, but, you know, I may put them in a little greenhouse out there and try to weather protect them, see if they make it till spring. It'll be an experiment. And behind this is my Obovata. Now, let me get her. Hold on one sec. Okay, so I just wanted to put her in the center so you could see all the leaves. This baby is my little heart-shaped leaf. And here you could see there was a little damage. I made the mistake of putting her outside in the heat and didn't give her like that transitional, gradual getting used to the weather outside. I just thought, let me put her outside because she was so slow growing. And I was a little frustrated and wanted to see a little bit more growth. And she got a little burned. But yeah, you guys may have, if you've been following me, you've heard the story. And Rachel from Lots of Pots, thank you again for saving her from near death. Yeah. Okay. Something is going on out here. I've never seen a blue jay come so close to my house. And I love blue jays. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, guys, I am so sorry. I don't even know who I was showing you. Okay, the Obovata. I'm sorry. I love birds and blue jays in particular and hummingbirds. But yeah, I know I have blue jays in the area and they're usually like far out in the trees, bullying the other birds. And for some reason, there are two males out here hanging around my deck. There's a little bird that's been hanging around. I think it's nesting out there. And I don't know if they're bullying that poor little bird, but yeah. I don't know what's going on. Of course, if I had the camera rolling, you wouldn't have seen all that. But yeah, one just chased the other one away. So I don't know what's going on. I love them though. Anyway, back to the Hoyas. So yeah, see the splash and stuff. Yeah, I know some people don't like Obovata, but I love it. And this one finally, when I brought her back in after that incident, guess what she did? She threw out a little, I think it's a peduncle. It hasn't done anything, but gives me hope. So yeah, look at this cute little leaf here. So yeah, that's my Obovata. So again, I think now you guys have seen all of these up here. And I think I finish my sentence? I was telling you guys that I recently purchased that one because I kind of botched up with my old ones. And it's funny because these have rounder leaves. My older ones I know probably different clones or whatever, they had elongated leaves and they were like a little thinner. These are thicker. Now, these I love. I want to give this the right lighting. I feel like it got a little bit too much light. And anyway, so yeah. So that is everything up here. So now let's move on because I still have several to share with you. Okay. Okay, guys, now I'm kind of down here on the floor. Not all the way on the floor, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of some of these plants here that I'm going to go into detail about each one in a moment. But yeah, some I had to move down here so you could get to see them. All right, so let's go on and start here. This is my Vitellinoides, which shot out the stem, and I just kind of staked it and put it there. Well, the other day, unfortunately, see right there? I was showing my nieces a cute little leaf that I was finally going to get. It fell off. So don't touch those little leaves. Leave them alone. Here, back here, is one of my favorite Calistophyllus. This is the black cat. Look at that leaf. Look at that leaf. And there's another one there. I can't get enough of this plant. Let me turn it just a little, because I think this might be new too. Look at the variety in the leaves. Love it. Love this plant so much. Yep. And I actually did share a set of 2 leaves, 1 node cutting with Michael. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful plant. Here, this one here is, it was sold to me as Joyce Andrewsiana. Recently, I reached out to a few people. I'm trying to figure out if that's actually what this plant is, because the pictures I've seen of that don't look like this to me. But, you know, in time, we'll figure it out. I've taken propagations to share, but I'm like kind of hesitant. I don't know if I should share them as no ID because I'm not absolutely sure I got this with the right ID. If you have any ideas, guys, please tell me. It gives me latifolia vibes and maybe a little bit of Morillii, but I don't know. I'm no expert. So just if you have any ideas, let me know. I guess when it flowers, then I might have a little bit more to go on. This here is Natalie, Hoya Natalie. That's the newest leaf. It shot out the stem. I hope I didn't, I don't know if that stem is going to make it, but she's beautiful. I love the pillowy look of these leaves. Sometimes she looks matted, almost like a matte kind of finish, and then it gets shiny. So I don't know. It's a beautiful plant. I don't think I've taken cuttings of this one yet to put on a shot. Here is just propagation, so I'm not going to go into it except to show you those 2 new leaves. Isn't that gorgeous? That's the latifolia or macrophylla outer variegated. I have duplicates, and I'm going to try to avoid going into any detail. This is one of my original babies. I've taken so many cuttings, and all the plants that I've sold from this, folks are happy with it. They're beautiful propagations, easily propagated. So I want to get it out of this pot because it's in the original soil. So I'm going to take some more cuttings as insurance, and I'm going to go for it. That's one of my plans because it gets kind of heavy. And, I don't know. I just want to try it in pond. All the propagations were in pond, and they did beautifully. So they seem to like it. Now, this one here is a crinkle. No, I'm sorry. Hoya carnosa freckles. That's not very freckly. But I don't care. It can do whatever it wants to do. I tried chopping it back and actually lost the original freckled leaf that I had. So it's doing fine. It's hanging in there. It's so neglected, but it's still growing, which is one of the reasons why I love carnosas. They are such diehard plants. All right. So over here is, I think it's a very, I don't know, I don't hear people talking about this. I saw one person the other day had one and she wasn't sure of the ID. And I right away recognized that it's the India, Hoya species India. Love this plant. I'll put the number, the accession number on there. It might help some folks. I'll put it on the screen when I edit. Yeah, the underside is like slightly fuzzy and it's so shiny, glossy leaves. I love when it throws out like a cluster, like here. This plant is a fast growing plant. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I got it from Gabriella Plants, if I remember right. Beautiful plant. Love it so much. All right, let's move on. Here is one of my faves. This is my beautiful Rebecca. Now, I watched someone who has been struggling with this plant, and I don't understand why. Maybe she just hasn't gotten a good specimen yet. But she's been I don't know, no problems. I really honestly have had no problems. I put her in self-watering. I think, yeah, she's in pond. She grows like crazy. The more I cut, the more she grows. And I love the sun stressing and the blooming. It just dropped the petals, or I forget what you call it as a word. I'll put it on the screen. For the blooms. So beautiful. Fast growing, gorgeous plant. This is a propagation from another Sarawak that I bought so I could share with people. So we're just waiting for it to do something. And there is my Crassi petiolata, the original one. It's a propagation actually from the original plant. I chopped up the original plant. Now back here, it's going to be hard for me to get back here. It's very similar. This is my Obscura Cross No ID. I love this baby. I have one in the shop and she is growing, outgrowing the prop box, guys. Such a beautiful plant. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Rebecca with the ribbing and stuff. So it was Obscura Cross with the No ID. I love it. I had to up pot this recently because it was so super thirsty. I'm sorry I can't get it out of there right now. I don't want to knock anything over. And here we have Croniana Silver Splash. Is that the name? Or just Croniana Silver? I know there's a silver and there's a super silver. So love Cronianas. It's still in the original dirt it came in. This one was repotted $9.29 into this pot. So it's doing well. The Cronianas are funny sometimes. The leaves can all of a sudden start looking dehydrated. Look at that half moon there. Isn't it cute? So you can see some of the leaves are darker. And yeah, so you see more splash, the green splash here. I love these. I have a ton of these ready to go. I have a super silver as well. Here's the Croniana Splash. It's very splashy, right? This is from 2022. It's been chopped and propagated plenty of times. Okay, then here is Hoya species Borneo affinity Callistophylla. That's a mouthful. I think I got this one from Steve's Leaves. This is the newest leaf. I noticed it the other day. I was like, oh, look at you. Get a little bit of splash there. I guess that's splash. This is beautiful. So yeah, my new obsession is definitely Callistophilus. Love them. The original one. No. Which one was my original one? I think it's up above. I'll show it to you. I don't remember now. I'm getting confused. I always confuse the Crassy Petiolata with the Callistophilus, the C words, guys. C words. Senility. Okay, and here is my Surigauensis, which is finally starting to sun stress for me. This plant, so neglected. I chopped it, and I have some in the prop box. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to sun stress for you guys. So you see already, I'm being rewarded with new growth. I love this one. I need to find room for it because I got a feeling it's going to grow and be super huge. This one here is looking UT033. I chopped this one too, I think. Yeah, some of these I've chopped because I don't have room. But here we go, new growth. She's going to come back anyway. So I'm going to have to give it a trellis or a stake. But I love these leaves. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, let me keep moving. This one is so cute. Before I get up, I just realized I want to go over the little box I have full of Newbies. This one I think is the mini pixie. I got it from Jackie. She shared it with me. And Jackie, look how it's growing already. It wasn't that long ago. I didn't put a label. So I'm not sure of the name, but I will definitely correct myself. If it's not mini pixie, I'm going to put it up there. And yes, I just wanted to show you how this one is doing. Then we have Parva Flora, also from Jackie. I got a feeling I'm just going to be so in love with this when it fills out this pot. And this is, I believe, my little runaway, Lacanosa, my little runaway. And don't recall. Judging from the tag, I think it came from Rare Herbs Garden, New Jersey. This is a lipstick plant, so we won't go into that. And this one, I kind of gave you a glimpse of that when I showed off the Sigillatus Borneo. So I did look up VL9 to find out if it was related, and apparently it's its own species, whatever that means. So it's just Hoya species VL9. So it's not a Sigillatus, but the similarities, I just love the leaves are beautiful. And look at the sun stressing on this little gorgeous baby. And this came from Planted in Rhode Island. Thank you again, Rod. Now these guys in here, I'm not going to open the cabinet. I hope you can kind of see. I shared these with you recently. Most of these are from 3 nodes, 2 leaves, 3 nodes. And if I said it backwards, I'll correct it. Except for this one. This one is a Walliniana, red leaves, and that was a free cutting from Rare Herbs Garden, New Jersey. And you can see behind there. So we have Lacanosa Harangan Durian. And then next to that, Winchinensis. Behind that is Silver Snow, which right now from this angle, it doesn't look like silver snow. Looks more greenish, right? But anyway, I'm not worried about that. And then behind that is Lacanosa Violet. And in front of it is the Lacanosa Bruno Tricolor. And then we have Lacanosa Moonlight. And then Stenophylla which I cannot wait to see. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even on. I'm sorry. Oh, Stenophylla. They're doing okay. Just potted those up. And then the Kanye, I want to say Kanye Kumariana. Kanye Kumariana. Okay, I got to practice that one. And then next to that one is Lacanosa summa. And then in front of it, Lacanosa nanjuk, species nanjuk. So I think I gave you the names on those guys. And as time goes on, I'll keep you abreast on the progress with these guys. Of course, I'll be showing them off, I'm sure. But yeah, it was a mystery bundle, most of these, except for the Wooliniana. So yeah, I really lucked up. And the Wenshinensis I thought was like what I had, but it's much more splashy than the one I have is not splashy at all. So, and I think I will share that with you. You'll see that. All right, guys, so let's move up to another layer of plants. Okay, guys, so here's another beautiful Callistophylla. And then here, this is Latifolia pot of gold. And then next to it is my silver moon. I'll try to show it to you a little bit better. When I got this one, the leaves were very thin compared to some of the other Lacanosas. And so I gave it a little bit more humidity. And then once it acclimated, it's been fine. So it's in ambient and doing very well. And I do believe I have some cuttings for sale. This is my sigillatus, which I love it when it gets that purple tint. I also have one of those. I didn't list it in the shop, but it is in the prop box. And then back there, Kimono, what is it? Kalina? No. Okay, so I realized this poor thing was dry, so I went to water it. This is a Sipitangensis. Look at this. What I love about this is some of the leaves are long, some of them are little, rounded, and it really does sunstress pretty. I love it. It's just like one of my faves. Now, I think I've sold one recently. I think I have quite a few propagations because it is a fast-growing, beautiful, beautiful plant. Yeah, so as you can see, it does sunstress pretty. Sipitangensis. Okay, let's put that back. And then back there is my variegated compacta. That is actually 2, and I did cut it. Oh, I couldn't believe I did that so soon, but I did for a friend. That's the outer variegated one. Now, I love it. It actually was growing pretty fast, and then, I don't know, I gotta check it, make sure it has enough water. But yeah, once I cut it, she slowed down, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like the trellis, I'm not sure. But yeah, and in here I have Mr. Tent. Mr. Tent was one long strand or stem, and I chopped like crazy. I think maybe it was more than one because it's pretty full in here now. So yeah, Lacanosa Mr. Tent. Now, I just put it here so I could show it to you in the light, but I think this one was getting too much light, so we're not going to do that anymore. It's just here temporarily, and then I'm going to move it to more like a lighter light situation. More moderate light, I should say. All right, so I think that's it for this section. One more section. I think we're almost done. Thanks for watching part 1 of the Hoya Collection Tour 2024. The next video should be up in a week.